Hello. Oh gosh. Hello everyone. I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 3 Week 7 live stream. Gosh, I need water. 1 second. So today, of course, we'll be going over all of the spoilers that we got going on for the week. Most notable thing being, of course, this Friday. We end up having quite a few things going on. Most noteworthy being that the final faction is finally going to be added to the game. So we're going to be having that going on, as well as the new mythic, as of course it's the first Friday of the month. Also, the side computer is being extremely slow right now, so I have a little bit of a different setup, and also cannot hand out codes because of it. But yeah, it is kind of like lagged itself to death currently right now. So it is pretty much unusable, but luckily I can still see chat on the other side there. Speaking of which, though I can't really scroll up seemingly, but hello Isabel, hello Gustavo, hello Cookie, hello Inflame, hello Ricardo, hello Tyrian, hello Logic Slayer, and hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyways, let's go and go over the spoilers. And we're mostly going to be token farming probably this stream, since we already finished out the main other thing that we have going on right now, which is Bounty Hunter. By claiming all the rewards, not going for leaderboard, so that's all we needed from it once you have 250,000 plus. Anyways, let's go over all the things for the week over on Gems of War and then other locations. So we'll go check the official post first, all the way over here. Alright, so go to forum. Actually, not forum, we'll go to, I keep forgetting, on this setup it actually doesn't work. Go to the latest news, the Oracle Night. So we're going to be having a Shentang event. Comes in with a yellow-blue epic, so you'll be able to get them for 200 glory each. The yellow-blue arcane trait stones counts as elf mystic. It enchants an ally and then gives 3 magic to them. Then creates 12 greens of one of their mana colors. So that's interesting. It's a little way to do a little pinch of mana. Green does not feed back into herself though, unfortunately. Overall, that seems like it's going to be pretty bad then. Because you're not really going to be able to do it for, like, barely any value. Because she's creating 12. That's how much her mana cost already is. She's not feeding back to herself. And the amount of magic is just not enough to really justify it. Because I'm pretty sure that's a static 3. It's not like it's going to be based on magic. I guess maybe an arena that could be somewhat okay. If you want to build into, like, a really heavy green team. But for the most part, I am pretty sure that's just going to be a horrible option that you're just never really going to bother end up using. So yeah, it's kind of just a useless category of mana accumulator. It would appear to be, from what I can tell. Anyways, as far as the battles, it looks like it has the triple phasing, whereas does the first 2, then the first 4, then the first 6 for the rest of the time after 30 battles. Which means for the first 2, it would seem for the entire time you basically just need to remember that Vine Martin is the worst room, and you should be taking the correct room. Seems to just be rarity order. Because that's epic. That's legendary. Those 2 are mythic. This is definitely the lowest rarity. The only one I forget here is Old Man Root. In which case, you'll have to remember... if he's ultra rare, then it's easy because you just have to remember that that one's worse. If he's epic, you do have to pay attention because then Swamp Lash is technically better. But once you reach the later battles, it's not really even going to matter because you're just going to have the Vine Martins anyways, as pretty much all your battles. But yeah, that should be fine. Oh, you sound a little sick? No, I'm perfectly fine. It's just I've been talking for like 13 hours straight. Like literally all day since the second I woke up. So it isn't sick. It is just very, very, very voice tired. Not tired. Just my voice is dead. Especially after the final boss that stream, gosh. Anyways, so as far as other things that we got going on this week, the most noteworthy thing is the faction troops, which we will be going over. But before we do, here's all the other things that we have going on. This Tuesday, we have the faction event for the, well, everything for... gosh, not the Honest Empire. Why can I not remember? I just said the thing, Shentang. So everything's for Shentang. So this Tuesday, we're going to be having Loraz's Lair, which is one of the more luck-based factions. Wednesday, we're going to be having the pet for the Treasure Tiger, which I believe is a new one, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is the Lunar New Year one, and I believe we have the Valentine's Day one right around the corner. But yeah, that's for the Lunar New Year, which I believe is in a few days from now. Of course, the pet's on this Wednesday, but I mean the actual holiday is in a few days from now. Aside from that, this Thursday we're going to be having the class event for the Shentang Hero class, which is the... I forgot where it was. Where was it? The Monk. Monk's okay. I don't feel like I use it as much, however, it can be incorporated into Guild Wars from time to time, mostly because it gains 3 mana every time you take an extra turn, so it can be a way to like feed mana into your hero under AI control, because anytime to take extra turns, you're pretty much just going to be able to function with it, so can end up doing that. And of course, this Friday, we got 2 main things that are extremely relevant, a brand new faction and a brand new mythic. So let's go actually head over and look over those. We've already gone over these before, but of course, do want to do it again. So easiest way would just be to go and grab... Actually, I should probably get the page URL would be a little bit quicker than that if we end up doing it this way. So we end up doing it there, grab that, grab link address, and just do that for every single one of these. Oh, are they actually in rarity order for once? That's kind of convenient. No, they are not. Yes, they are. No, they are. Yes. Kind of. They're almost in rarity order. Not quite. Very close, but not quite. And then the only other one we need then is you. Grab that. Let me grab that. There we go. Okay, so... oh, and we technically need the fish. Well, I guess we're really going in rarity order then. Though, of course, the fish is not part of the faction. It's part of the new mythic, as we get every... I almost said every Friday. Every first Friday of every month. Anyway, so let's start with the new mythic. We are getting 4 new troops as per usual, as well as the weapon. Actually, let me go over the weapon first. Sometimes I forget to do the weapon. So let's start with the pet and the weapon. So as far as the pet, we're getting this cute thing. It's a little dragon. There it is. Dragon. But that dragon's coming out this Friday with the faction. You need 2,000 renown. You can get it max if you get 2,500 renown for the faction. So, you know, 500 pure faction, all that stuff. But just getting 2,000 is enough to just get a copy of it if you just want to put it on your shoulder. Aside from that, there's also, of course, a weapon associated to it. The weapon specifically, not that one. That one, actually, we're getting a new weapon this Monday. Oh, no, that's not from it. Wait, why is the faction weapon not showing up here? That's weird. I'm not sure what the weapon is. It just should be showing up, like, right here all the way at the top, but that's not it. That's the one for the season pass. Strange. Okay, well, I guess I can't show the weapon. But anyways, everything else we can. So, the troop. We're getting, for the rare, Fire Spirit. Ends up being a 12 mana cost brown yellow. And it converts all gems of a chosen color to burning gems. This, of course, can backfire quite literally with the fire. And the fire, of course, being from the burning gems. And whenever you take a burning gem from the board, it'll end up burning all enemies. So that's going to be pretty useless overall. This is basically just like a Hellcat that doesn't have a little damage poke. And for the most part, will basically never be used. That troop is already not really used that much. And she's basically just a weaker version of it. So it's not really going to be able to do much at all. In the context of the faction, she might end up getting incorporated. Just as a mana accumulator, depending on your team. But outside the context of the faction, you are never going to be using her. However, she is technically the best way to put burning gems on the board, if nothing else. However, that's not too relevant of a factor due to the fact that you'd rather just use something that can consistently burn the enemy without getting burned yourself. Also, hello, Adronian. Welcome. Also, hello, Gen Q. That's nice to say hello to. I actually can't scroll up with how I currently have it. Oh, yes, I can. Never mind. Now it's working. Hello, Hung. Hello, Inflame. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, everyone else. Welcome. Anyone else I might have missed there? Yeah, I'm not sure why the weapon's not showing up there. It's kind of weird because it's not out yet. It's not out till Friday. So it should be showing up, but it's not. Anyways, next faction troop, the Ultra Rare. It's a 12 mana cost. Red-purple ends up dealing magic +1 damage to an enemy. And then again, magic plus... Why does it say that separately? Oh, because it's a different stat. And then again, it gains magic +1 armor, boosted by burning enemies at a pretty low boost ratio. So basically, it gets to poke while gaining armor, which is a little bit different than something like gaining attack while gaining armor or gaining attack while gaining HP. Overall, this is quite a bit weaker, mostly because you'd rather be gaining more damage every single time you poke and just accumulating that damage rather than a single poke. Because you're going to be at stat disadvantage when you're doing pure faction. So overall, not the worst of tanks, but far from the best. There's plenty of them that gain multiple stats that are better than this thing. And it's just not going to be that viable, obviously, outside the faction. But it will likely have to be your first slot for the context of the faction, just so it can end up tanking some with its durability increase. However, it is not that good of a tank, so it could potentially be completely skipped on as far as using it in the faction. As far as the epic, we have the Wrath Naga. It's a 13 mana cost green red elemental Naga. As far as what it does, it deals magic plus 3 splash damage, so 50% to adjacents to an enemy, boosted by burning gems. Overall, not really going to end up doing much. Burning gem ratio is going to give it a little bit more damage, but not really enough for it to do anything. Even if you end up having like 5 burning gems on the board, that's going to be like 10 additional damage and 5 to adjacents. In the context of pure faction, that is basically 0 damage. So overall, you're probably going to use 0 copies of this. And then we have the Legend, which is the main thing that you will be spamming and could potentially be the only troop you even use, as it's decently viable. It ends up dealing damage to all enemies, and that alone makes it viable. And it's also boosted by red and brown gems, which is kind of relevant because I'm pretty sure Magma Storm ends up conjuring, well, it conjures a Lava Storm. And I'm pretty sure Lava Storm will end up creating red and brown based on the rest of his ability, because it would make a lot of sense if it did. So this is actually going to be pretty useful if it does, because it's a red-brown that, you know, feeds red-brown to itself off of the storm. It also ends up having a full AoE, which that in itself is already enough to be viable enough to run it due to the other options that are available for the faction, just not being that good. And it also has boost ratio off those red to brown, meaning it will get slightly more damage. And while it's not that good of a boost ratio, it will be getting it and doing it to all enemies, so it becomes a little bit better in that regard, though it's still a bit underwhelming relative to a pure faction situation. But overall, you could get away with like running 4 of him probably. Like 3 of him, 4 of them. Definitely at least 2. There's no context where you wouldn't run at least 2. But he's definitely going to be like the main spammed troop that you'll end up using to complete out to the pure faction for the new faction coming out this Friday. Also, hello Defiant. Welcome, welcome. So, that's all the things. Oh, and of course the new mythic. Well, that's everything for the faction. As far as the new mythic, overall seems a bit underwhelming. Might be worth skipping. It is for Merlantis, and Merlantis' other one is... it's okay. Let's see, isn't Mistralis there too? So it's now Mistralis, that one blue counter one, and then this thing. So overall, Merlantis has some pretty underwhelming mythics. Like almost all of them are kind of towards the more underwhelming side. But it's a Divine Merfolk. 24 mana cost, red, blue, brown. Ends up destroying all greens and then creates a blue gems equal to the number of gems destroyed. So if you end up destroying something like 15 green, you would end up creating 15 blue. Though in the more realistic situation, you'll have like around like what 9 or 10ish green, and then you'll create around 10ish blue or so. Overall, not really that good. The blue does feed back into itself. There's 2 independent 30% chances that will end up devouring different enemies. Though it is worded a bit weirdly here that I just noticed. It says there are independent 30% chance to devour 2 random enemies. Does that mean there's 2 30% to each get 2? Or does that mean there's 2 30% that each do 1? Because that's kind of interesting. I didn't think about that. We'll have to see if this thing's actually useful or not. Because if that's 2 30% to do 2, that theoretically means if it works correctly, 1 cast can one-shot a team. So now that I look at it, that might actually be viable. If it's 2 30% chances, then it's not going to be worth it. But if it's 2 30% chances, now that I'm looking at it, that might actually be okay. Only if it gets lucky enough, though. But that wording is very confusing. But yeah, we'll have to see. Because I'm not sure exactly how that interacts. And we don't have Salty to stream it tomorrow anymore. So we don't know. Since the devs don't go over the mythics or anything earlier anymore or anything like that. So we won't know really until this Friday. But yeah, that has some potential if it could 4 times devour then. And also ends up giving some attack. And it's still going to be way too random to use in most situations though. Like you're really gambling on it. It reminds me a lot of Possessed King in that regard. Like you very rarely ever cast it for its ability. And his trait isn't worth keeping around for the trait. Just gains 4 attack to all blue allies when matching blue gems, which isn't really anything special. But at least it does feed mana back into itself. It does also get to destroy green, which is relevant to the fact that it says destroy. So you do get the mana accumulation from the green. So if you do something that creates a lot of green, blue, like a gosh, what's her name? Amelia. Yeah, Amelia? Why can I not remember her name? It's that one from Forest of Thorns. It's that blue-purple from Forest of Thorns that creates blue and green. She's a blue-purple. Why'd I forget her name all of a sudden? I know almost everything about her, but I forget her name. Where is she? She's from Forest of Thorns, isn't she? Yeah, right there. Lady Arnerial. That's her name. But yeah, she's a 13 mana cost. Oh yeah, they raised it to 13. It used to be 12. But it's a 13 mana cost green-purple. It creates 8 blue and 8 green, with the blue feeding back to itself. The green being used for that destroy to feed into something else, maybe a Venoxia or something. So that's potential. So you can do a blue-green, getting that blue back. You can destroy on the other thing. Having the green go to Venoxia. Having Venoxia do green-blue. And kind of just go try going crazy that way. So like a Venoxia, Lady or an Ariel, the Mythic, and one other. So some kind of team like that could maybe work with the new Mythic. That's like the first thing that comes to mind. But overall, it does seem like it's going to be a bit underwhelming. Wait, the devs did a stream on it? Wait, when did they do a stream? Normally if they would do it on Mondays. Also, I thought they stopped streaming. Unless they posted a video thingy on it. But yeah, it being able to get 4 Devours actually is potentially good then. Though the chance you roll 230% is not too relevant or too high. And if they have immune to Devour, this thing won't do anything. Because you're basically just mana accumulation for almost nothing. Because you're using a bunch of blue mana, or 24. And then you're feeding blue back into yourself. So if he's not getting any Devours, he's basically doing the equivalence of nothing. Unless you have something on your turn that needs extra turn value. I guess you would gain the attack a little bit. And he is going to have some pretty high attack if he does end up getting those Devours down. And he does have some score reduction to go with it as well. But anyways, that's all the things. And that's everything that we have going on next week. Also, we will be doing our stream pretty early, 3 a.m. or so, on Friday, on reset day for when everything comes out. So we'll be good doing the Mythic and Faction pretty much immediately when it comes out. Anyways, I haven't been able to touch the game yet today. Been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus a bit too much, but we have finally finished the game. We have not finished the Pokédex thing, which does like one more thing and end the game. However, as far as the full storyline and everything, we have indeed finished it. But yeah, it was quite a bit of fun. I'll be doing stream for it again on Tuesday. And that might be the final wrap-up stream for it too. Unless we do like some shiny hunting streams or something into the future for the game. I still have never caught a shiny in any Pokemon game. I kind of want to get my first one. Go back and read the troop for tomorrow? Why? Did I misspeak on something? Enchant an ally and give 3 magic to them, then create 12 gems of one of their mana colors. What about it? It seems pretty underwhelming. Unless you mean the one on Terran's World. I assumed it would be the same. I'm pretty sure the one here says the exact same thing. But it's nothing special. No, I wasn't saying that's the, I didn't say that this created green. I was talking about the Mythic. And it destroys green. But I never said it's created green. I said it creates of their mana color. Oh, did I say green instead of gems? That's weird. So I said green and then mana color? That's weird. But I meant to say gems. I thought we were talking about the Mythic. But no, I know that she creates of their mana color. I guess I accidentally misspoke it though. But yeah, she's basically useless. She's basically Siren without Empower. And without the damage poke. So basically she's just a worse Siren. Like everything that makes Siren good she doesn't have while still having the same core mechanic. Which is why I said it's mostly just going to be good in Arena. Since you can just create whatever color you want from them. Let's see. Oh, did I end up doing it based on green? Oh yeah, I did mention that Arena thing though, didn't I? But yeah, it does do it for a specific, or any color. It does it for one of their colors. So it can be any. Oh, I'll look at the link thing later. Actually, I can't even check it on my other computer because my other computer is currently locked. It's stun locked in lag. I can't even give out a code because it's actually that laggy. And I'm looking at chat via the computer I'm streaming off of. It is completely stun locked in lag. So let me see if I can start trying to restart it because it is so absurdly lag right now. It is so lag, it might take me like 10 minutes to even try to get to the restart button. Like I'm just click the button to try to get to the start menu, and it still has not loaded the start menu. It is that stun locked in lag right now. Though it has been running all day because of the other stream. Which is probably why it's like that right now. Oh, it finally opened it. Now let me try shutting this off and turning it back on. The solution to anything technology related. Turn it off, leave it off for like a minute, and turn it back on. See if it works again. Oh, screen's up now. There we go. Oh, I'll take that over. I'll take the brown, and that should be enough to wipe it. Also, I don't have any copies of this pet, I'm pretty sure, but always good to get a little bit more pet food. Though we're kind of at the point where we basically have infinite pet food. I just always like to get it whenever I can, just because I feel like they're eventually going to do a mechanic that will use it. Which they might never get around to, but you never know. Right, there we go, all the pets. All the Orcakins. Yeah, we already had it max. That one was from, I think, like 2 years ago or so. Starting to lose track of when pets specifically came into the game. Because there's so many of them. And it is, of course, Diamond Day for Adventure Board, so definitely want to make sure to get to the 50 gem thing. Really, really good value on a day like this. Technically, you could use it every single day as well to get a bunch of diamonds. This is definitely a day that is always worth it. I don't even need diamonds anymore, and I still get it on this day. So that was really unfortunate that we got 1 mana short on Phoenicia. I just refused to get the mana. There we go. Alright, let's go grab the offer. I was wanting to see this earlier. Okay, it is actually 160 gems, or diamonds. Because we were actually talking about this earlier, and I was actually calculating out as 154. It's actually 160, because the shards. Interesting. It's not worth it, though. But it is 160. This one, that's probably why I thought it was 4. It's because the normal one is 4. But yeah, this is 160, this one is 84. But this is the only one that's worth it, though, because it's free. Or, you know, 50 gems, which is basically free. Anyways. Alright, we did that, we did that. I guess we just ignore Bounty Hunter. There's really no point doing all the battles. Because we're not going to make leaderboard for it, I'm pretty sure. And we already have all rewards. So we just ignore that then. Alright, let's go do some chest farming then. Haven't been able to get anything too good. Last week we were able to get an Anu plus Anisha. This week, not so much. It's, haven't really been getting much of anything useful. You still want to know why console gets the first offer for gems instead of money? I think it's only one platform that does, like either PlayStation or Xbox. I can't remember which. But yeah, I have no clue why. Oops, also I'm using the wrong team. Maybe some kind of policy on them. Who knows? But yeah, it is kind of strange. Is both Xbox and PlayStation like that? I'm pretty sure only one or the other was. I can't remember which. Oh yeah, we need to go make all these teams tonight too. For the video tomorrow. A lot of teams. Oh, so hello, Ruby Roo. Welcome. Actually, after the stream, I'm probably just going to grab a bite to eat and then head to bed. Because there's no way I'm going to be awake enough to record it tonight. So I'm going to just record it first thing in the morning. Okay, Xbox doesn't have it. So yeah, it's PlayStation only then. That has the first thing for gems. Also, the side computer just now shut down, by the way. We clicked the button for it like 10 to 15 minutes ago. I think it maybe 10 minutes ago. And it just now finished shutting down. Just gonna leave it off for a minute and then turn it back on. Then maybe we can hand out a code. Because I actually can't hand out a code until that computer wants to function properly. It also has the updated thumbnail. Because I'm pretty sure it still says it's day 6, not day 7. Always weird seeing arcanes in these. I still wish arcanes had a purpose. Like, I'm glad that they did it for celestials. To finally have something to be used on. I still feel so weird that arcanes are still so absurdly useless. That and legendary and epic ingots. Or legendary and mythic ingots, I mean. Well, technically all the ingots once you reach a certain point. But, like trade stones and ingots, like there are things that both function kind of the same, but they reach a wall where they just become completely pointless. Ooh, that's a Nisha. I almost thought that was double Nisha for a second. Well, we did good. I would hand out a code if the other computer would work. Let me go click the power button and see. It's going to take it a while. But, yeah, we need to go hand out a code. Code for that Nisha. Well, we've been doing good every Sunday, because I believe last Sunday was when we got the Anu Nisha, wasn't it? I can't remember what day it was. I know it was last week. I can't remember exact day. But, I'm pretty sure it was Sunday. Because we got a Nisha Anu chest. And now we got a Nisha chest. technically with 2 Orpheuses in as well, but, you know, those don't matter. Well, they do, but, you know, not as much as Anisha. You just hit level 1,800? Nice. I probably won't until the end of this year. We are still a mile and a half away. We're at level 1,704. Well, we're getting there. Slowly. Oh, that's a Kelpie. I was like, wait, why didn't you die? It's Kelpie. As I save him for directly last. Oh no, that gave mana to the enemy. No! Wish Jim, how could you forsake us? Oh, we never did open up the 12 Volt keys to stream yet, did we either? Should probably go do that. Oh, we already got something shiny. We already got Anisha. Not specifically from that, of course, but still relevant. Yeah, a lot of people have been mentioning they've been getting 1,800 lately. It's going to be a while before I join the 1,800 club. Still got a little ways away. Oh, we got a blue. Small blue. Alright, what number are we doing up to? 2104. Oh gosh, the Cedrics. The 3 Celestial was pretty much better than that. Oh no, the 4 event keys were better than it. You know you're getting bad drops when one single normal gnome drop is better than the rest of your chest, or the rest of your Vault key combined. There we go, Cedric finally did something okay. I think the biggest issue with the older laptop right now, other than the fact that the hardware in it's like almost a decade old and has been running pretty regularly since. But I think the main issue aside from that, I really need to go clear out some memory from it. This has like almost 0 left. And I might be slowing it down more artificially. He has almost no spare space to work with. A lot of the Photoshop files take up a lot of room. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if like a third of the memory on that computer is literally just Photoshop files. A 100,000 screenshots. Actually, there is 1 billion screenshots of Gems of War on that computer. That is true as well. Like, it's not saved on Steam side, I don't think. It's saved locally when you take screenshots on Steam. Like, some things are saved to the cloud, but I believe your screenshots are saved locally. Unless you upload them. Why are we opening keys? We do it, we've been doing 12 per day for the last, like, couple weeks now. Like, pretty much all year. And going forward. We're mostly just doing it to, make sure we open some vault keys on a regular basis. Otherwise, they may never all be opened. And we've been handing out a big code whenever we get a big drop. Like, if we get a major blue, major purple, power, or, the 250 gem drop. Like that. There we go. So we're already going to probably hand out a code because of Nisha. But that's even more of a reason. We got major purple. 675 gem value, basically. It's basically 75 gem keys. Which I'll be using this Friday. Not at the exact orb, but the value of such. Because we're going to be opening all of our gem keys that day. Which, how many gem keys do we have these days? Do I have a surplus of like 4,000 or 5,000? Which always kind of throws me off because it's been a while since we've had like that many keys. As spare. Also, at this point, I think I'm giving up on the other computer restarting in time, so maybe we won't have a code. It is just refusing to get there. Oh, it did get to that one screen, though. Hold up 1 second. And now to wait again. But I do need to spend a day cleaning up that computer some. The older one. Maybe even open it up and blow it out inside with one of those air cleaner things. In case there's any dust build up. Oh, I got the double. Is that the final one? Ah, no, one more key. Also, the spam bots have been hitting us hard recently. Though I think that's the first one to stream, so that's not too bad. But the other stream, gosh, they were crazy. Also got hit with a few new ones I haven't seen. As far as their comment message. Ah, I didn't get anything good there. Well, we got a little bit of gems in the event key, but nothing in the orb. Anyways, there we go. Let's go back to the hunt. Explore 12 hunt. Yeah, if I can get this computer working before the end of this stream, we might hand out a code. It's kind of sketchy at this point because the speed at which it runs is slow, but it's getting there. I feel like it'll get it before the end of the stream. I think this is the first stream ever where the code is dependent on does my computer want to function with the other one. I don't think we've ever had a stream that was like that yet. If nothing else, if I immediately click on this, because I got to the main page back again. If I click on this, it should load the code. So worst comes to worst, I will visually be able to see the code. Oh, there it is. Okay, I can visually see the code now. So worst comes to worst, I can just manually type it. Which is not ideal, but hopefully we can get it going to the YouTube page soon. Just need to give it a moment. Oh no, I do have Discord on the main computer. I just have no clue to what point we've used the codes at. Though now I do. I can already see the code, so it wouldn't matter that way. But that issue's already fixed. But I wouldn't know up to what point if I didn't know where the master list was. Because I do have the full list on my Discord, it just doesn't have which ones have already been used. Though I guess we could compare it to what last night's code was. Because that would tell us what the last one was used. But no, I got it working. It's just working at the speed of slow. Like, it's basically, this entire stream has been the computer just restarting. And it's now 40 minutes later, and it's still not fully processed yet. It's like an hour. Whenever it starts, like, super lagging, it takes, like, 1 whole hour, pretty much, almost. Or definitely a good half an hour or so. Until it decides it wants to, actually get to where I need it to go. It's so close. Yet so far. I should get there in the next few minutes. Oh, I already have all my files on the old computer on a external 2 terabyte hard drive. It has both my 2 computers backed up on it, actually. But no, I already did that. Hey, it finally made it. It made it to the page. It took it 40 minutes, but it got there. Alright, let me go update the thumbnail first. Then we'll go hand out the code. I just realized the stream says week 3, but the other thing says week 2. Did I never update the number for the week? That's weird. Which one's incorrect? I guess we could easily check by checking the in-game thing. That's weird, because the thumbnail actually says week 2, but the title says week 3. Because I'm pretty sure it is week 3. Let's see. The easiest way to check would be campaign. Week 3, yeah. That's weird. Yeah, the thumbnail's wrong. Which makes sense. Because I knew it was week 3. I even mentioned at the beginning of the stream that it was week 3. After this next chest, we'll go hand out a code then. Now that we have everything functioning again. Hey, we actually got a verse when it's not a vault event. Lucky. Unfortunately, it's not the verse I need. I still got one off the adventure board today. As well as an Imperial off adventure board today. I think it showed up on screen, but I didn't really make mention when it did earlier. Because I was slightly sidetracked with something else. There goes 550 gems today. It was worth it. One was for an Imperial, the other was for a deed. I mean, not for a deed, I mean for a verse. Oh, whoops. Let's see. For whatever reason, I thought we were in the loading screen thing. Take that. Trying to set up the code. Grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that. Trying to get it onto copy paste. Just being very laggy. It's almost there though. There we go. It took it like 45 minutes, that other computer. But it can finally do this. Whoops, I accidentally did it wrong. It can finally do this. That was just me mistyping there. But there's a redeem code used on gemsawar.com for the game code section. Your invite code will be found in your settings menu. Order for games says bottom left corner and in the settings menu. So what you put in for invite code. Redeem codes over there in chats. Copy paste random numbers in there starting with Z7. And to give same order as always, two treasure maps. 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. One usable on PC mobile version of the game. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. And hopefully, sometime tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, we should have the video on all of the weekly things. As far as teams and Soulforge, all that good stuff. What is a list of all delves that you can use Iron Gut? I actually do not know off the top of my head. Because I normally use a battle, or I normally have a battle queued up for every single kingdom, so I can normally just look at that to tell. However, you can still check, even if you don't have any battles left, if a kingdom can use it or not, or a faction. For example, there should be something on this page. Doesn't it tell you on one of these other ones? I forget where. One of these tells you what it is. I believe preemptively. Where? Well, you could do it based on the name, if nothing else. Because if you know what the faction name is, you know what its two colors are. So let's say, for example, Idrojit's Palace. If you go to Banner, and you click on a team, so it actually is under it. And then you go to Idrojit's Palace, which is underneath eyes. I cannot say that word at all. I should have picked a better example. We know without having it that this one is a red-purple faction, so we can't do it there. And we can see that Alithia can because it's a blue-purple faction. And blue is usable by Iron Gut. So you can kind of check it that way. So you can just go through any faction in the game based on that. So for like RimWorld, we know it can't. And Fangmore, we know it can. Or sorry, RimWorld, you can. What am I saying? And Fangmore, you can. And Fell Roost, you can. And Frostfire Keep, you can. And that's that one. And Hall of Guardians, you can. Like, as long as it has yellow, blue, or brown as one of these two colors as a faction, then you can. But you can figure out that way even without the without having your sigils queued up. So how on earth did he already have full mana? Is my first mana accumulation that bad that I gave him that much? Apparently. Apparently so. Also, I think we're going to make this the last chest for now. As after how much streaming we did today, I really need to rest my eyes. And my voice. Like, someone thought I was sick at the beginning of stream because of how much we have talked today. Because my voice probably does sound a bit different right now. I'm not sick, it's just from too much talking. That's going to be one nice thing when we do go back to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, though. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is almost entirely voice acted. Like, all cutscenes are, most dialogue is. So we have to do barely any reading. Oh yeah, we never did hand out the second code. I think we will keep it to 1 for tonight, though. I feel like I've been handing out slightly too many double codes. As much as I want to do a double code again tonight for the other thing. It's just the other computer was taking so long, so it was already handed out so late in the stream. But yeah, I'll need to check with Kafka to see if we can get slightly more codes so we can start doing the double thing on a little bit more of a regular basis. We're able to kind of get away with it this month because we got the code so late into the month. And having that much extra. But we don't normally get enough from her to be able to do that every month. As much as I want to. But if we can get more, we definitely will. Because we're almost already depleted with all the codes for this month. Which makes sense, as it is pretty much the end of the month, but still. You normally want to have a little bit of excess for when they take forever to give you codes. Because I could ask for more codes from Kafka tonight, and it could be like a week or two before we actually get them. Which reminds me, I need to actually do that tonight as well. Before I go to bed. Like, tonight's like one of the easiest ways to contact her. I feel like Sundays and Mondays are like the 2 main days she would actually reply. Not the only days, but the most likely days. But yeah, we'll have plenty of opportunities to hand out a lot of codes this week, that's for sure. Especially with the new faction in Mythic coming out this Friday. Especially that last faction. I'm still really curious to see what they do storyline-wise with it, if anything. They're definitely going to do something. You could do it based on lack of Infinity Plus 2 streams. Well, someone said earlier, I believe it was Jinky, who ended up saying that they were streaming again. And they did it a couple days ago on a weird day that they don't normally stream on. Well, they don't normally stream on any days for this matter, so I guess it's not too irregular. It's more irregular that they're even streaming at all. But I'll need to go check to see what they did with that stream. Probably not tonight, though. Because supposedly they did a stream this week. I didn't even realize it. And they went over the Mythic. I still feel like the Mythic's overall going to be kind of underwhelming, though. Even if it's 2 Devours, which means theoretically you could 4 times Devour in one cast. It's just too luck-based to depend on. Like, at its peak when it works, it's going to be absolutely amazing. The problem is, like, 90% of battles, it's going to do almost nothing. But if you can ever get it to land for Devour, it's obviously going to do a lot, assuming they have no immune to Devour. The other issue is just immune to Devour in general. I guess you can kind of deal with it with Curse and stuff. But quite a few teams have been using, like, 1 or 2 Indestructible lately, especially for, like, Guild Wars. The, what is it called? The Enraged Carandero with Tower. Leonis Tower. That combo's been popping up quite a bit more often lately. Which has 2 indestructible troops on one team. Which cannot be cursed, stunned, devoured, anything like that. Insta-kill doesn't even work on them. Mana drain doesn't work. Oh, they did it on Wednesday? Okay, that's not too irregular then. Because they used to do some Wednesday streams. Like, they used to stream on Mondays and Wednesdays. Then it was kind of just Mondays, and then it was kind of just never. But Wednesday would be one of the other 2 days they kind of tend to stream. So that would make sense. So who was streaming then? Which is just, Gosh, what's her name? I can't remember her name now. Jetto. Was it just Jetto doing the stream then? Like, who was doing the stream for them? Alright, let's go get this final battle for the final chest. Oh, it was Jetto? Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say, like, who else would be doing it if it wasn't her? But yeah, that would make sense. Okay, what's in this? Come on, triple Nisha? No, nothing good. At least we got a triple token instead of just one. But unfortunate, and there's the code, of course. But anyways, if you haven't used the code yet, there it is, same one from before. But same order as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, to do the Chapter 4 tasks, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll be doing all the Chapter 4 tasks, and I'll probably be most of the stream. That tends to be Mondays most of the time, as we do all the chapter tasks. Then we mess around with the world event, if not completely do the world event, and that tends to be the stream most Mondays. But allows us to get most of the events done for the week, which is kind of nice. However, we have a billion things going on this Friday. New mythic, new faction, final faction as well. Not the final one we're ever going to get, but, you know, final one relative to what currently exists in the game, which is a pretty big milestone for the game. Not sure what their plan is for after factions, because obviously if we're not getting any new factions every like 6 weeks or so, what are they replacing it with? I don't think we currently have a definitive answer, but we'll probably find out in due time. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Aside from that, as far as other streams, we're mostly just going to be streaming a new Pokemon game until it's completely finished. We finished the storyline today, but there's still a bunch of stuff to go for, of course. So next stream we'll probably be aiming for 10-star and or full Pokédex. The main reason I'm not sure if we might be able to do full Pokédex is it requires some absurdly annoying things to like absurd 100% completion. It's not even like true 100% either, but there's so many things that are just so annoying that I'm pretty sure we will not finish that stream. So we'll probably have 2 more streams for that Pokemon game, most likely. Next stream that will have the main goal of hitting 10-star, and 1 more that will have the goal of somehow finishing Pokédex. We'll probably need to reference some guides for some things, because some of the things that you need to do for it are just so absurdly annoying, to the point that doing it manually is just too annoying to bother doing. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope you all have a wonderful week and weekend. We'll have the video for a Gems Award going up pretty soon. I am going to be going to bed almost immediately, so we probably won't have it up until midday tomorrow. But we'll have it up at some point. Just going over Soul Forge, all the normal teams, and, you know, all the normal stuff we normally do. Anyways, guys, catch you later. Thanks for stopping by as always, and I'll see you guys soon.